Hello, team. Welcome to episode 4 with a little help of our friends. I will not try to sing this time after that uh, brilliant failure last time, and I will leave this version to Joe Cocker and his amazing Woodstock performance. But the theme this week, again, it's a bit of a conversation class, but I would like to add a really easy way to practice your English. If you're watching this video, I know one thing. You do have the intention of improving your English. And I call it the simplest form of practice, the cheapest form of practice, which is to ask one good question a day. And I have had sisters who live far away, mother and daughter who live far away, friends who live far away from each other. And they use English as an easy way to keep in touch while also improving. So I had the opportunity to see Mr. Andre this weekend. It was very cool. This is the Colorado Bears burrow, a Toca do Urso in Ribeirão Preto. It was very cool there. I've always liked the Colorado beer. But the warm up. So, who is your closest friend who you haven't seen in the longest time? And I'm gonna go with actually, I guess Leco. Leco. He's moved down south, and I haven't seen him in a while. He moved to Joinville, but for good things. So congratulations, Leco. I haven't seen you, but I know that you're doing awesome stuff. So I'm picking you. And what is a skill you have developed that you are proud of? I would say my ability to talk into this square. It is not something that comes natural to me. It is very uncomfortable, but it is something that I do because I know that it is important to getting English out to the general public. So this is something that I am proud of, that I had to train a lot for. And what rivalry would make an amazing movie? I have a good one. The Monday Night War between WCW and, at the time, WWF. And while I know wrestling is not for everybody, I have always been a fan. Well, always is a hard one because recently, when I was younger, I was a fan, and that was one of the best times. The competition definitely drove up the quality of the entertainment. So, this is an activity that I've done various times. It's one that you can repeat. If you have different audiences, even better, but you can always do this by yourself. You can pretend that you are teaching something, whether it be for work, something you are learning. For example, I like to study fitness related stuff, so I might pretend that I am teaching somebody else, or I might try to teach somebody else something that I learned. So there's no wrong answer. This is an activity that you should do multiple times with different topics. And let me give you an example. All right. Bench pressing. Cool. In the gym. How does someone start learning this skill? Well, I would recommend, if it's your first time bench pressing, that you have somebody assisting you, and you're gonna lie down, you're gonna retract your scapula, and you're gonna push the bar off of you. And while there are more details to this, this is how you would start. And what is something most people don't know about this skill? Um, while most people attribute it to chest growing exercises, it is also one of the best ones for your shoulder and your triceps as well, especially the end part. You use your triceps a lot. And what is a quick hack that will help me improve? Let me see. Okay, so arching your back, your lumbar many times will be off the bench. Your butt, your glutes needs to be firmly attached to the bench, feet planted well, and you might not might you should have a slight arch in your back though. Your lumbar will be off the bench for optimal weight displacement. And what was the last lesson you learned? All right. So when you start putting more weight, it starts to end up hitting your wrist right here. So by moving your hand a little bit inward and having the bar go across here, it's a much more comfortable position. So that's something that I learned recently that helped my bench press with more weight. So that was something specific to me. I love talking about the gym, so if anybody wants to talk about anything fitness related, shoot me a message. But continuing on, objective 2, which is I triple dog dare you. And in Brazil, we have truco, where you go, truco, then you go stay, 6. And then you go, I don't know why. Nove is 8. And then queda, it's dead. And in English, we have a way to do this kind of socially. It's in school where it's I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you. And I triple dog dare you. That was the last level of dare. And then you have, there's no way out of it. Peer pressure is just too strong. And while I am not recommending being influenced by peer pressure, I do dare you. And I have made this little meme. Let me see if it is still up. It should be. There he is. I choose you to be my English buddy. So take this meme. It is available to all. Send it to somebody and inform them that they are your new English study buddy. And what will you be doing with your study buddy? You'll be asking questions. And if you see them in person, do it in person. But if you are using your cell phone, I know all of you have a cell phone, do it by audio file. Send them a voice message because it is a little bit more difficult than writing. The autocorrect won't help you, and it is a more immersive form of study. So this is a classic. It's hot dog sandwich. I'll let you decide. You can also read more about it. You can ask questions. Oh, which do you prefer, A or B? Could you explain something? But really, it can be anything. What did you have for lunch? What are your plans for this weekend? What did you think of the movie that the person saw? Did you watch the game yesterday? Any of these questions, anything that you would already ask them in your first language, they're on the table as English practice. So there is no wrong answer. Well, there is one wrong answer, not doing it. So if you don't do it, then you're wrong. But other than that, there are no wrong questions. And conversation starters. Let me pick one. Okay, do you perform better or worse in front of people close to you? Worse. I was going to say depends, but I like to pick a side. Worse. And Patricia, my wife, she's a master at this. If I'm playing a video game or if I'm filming something or if I'm trying to do something, and she'll appear and it will be much more difficult for me. She'll usually enjoy making fun of me. So I do things worse in front of people close to me, I would say. And let me see. So here, Triple Dog Dare You. A Christmas movie. If you haven't seen it, at least there's one of the scenes. And last up, your challenge is this streak. I remember that I started my fitness habit with a competition where we had to stay 60 days training every day, at least something. Well, that's my challenge for you. Just like Duolingo was so successful in monetizing their product by gamifying it, here is the gamified way to practice your English with the Gringo Minute. And it's simpler than what Duolingo asks of you. Just want you to ask one question a day. And this is where the growth comes from. You've paid for your course, you are doing your classes, but the difference really comes from these little micro, these English snacks, these little practices. So one question a day, if you're serious about it, that's my challenge. Keep your streak going. I mentioned this the other day, but Youglish, very cool. Let me show you. So I just saw the word. Here you can type in a word, insane, and they will give you, see, 11,000.
And leave me behind as they go on for a faster time. And this thought drives me insane.
So you'll see a lot of different ways that the word is used.
Live. They would show you the way to the insane asylum. This is simple.
And they will give you various options, various examples for you to see different words or expressions. All right, team? That's it. Thank you. And like always, I hope to see you in class.